All right, camp just finishing up. This is now looks like it's a hockey rink, so
Yeah.
all the mats are up. How was the week for you as the camp director?
It was great. I mean, it's always busy. You know, you got that many kids and coaches, and you know, you're up here putting your trust in the kids to be well behaved. And you know, the town of St. Ignace always comes through and says, "Kids are so polite. They did a great job," and so that makes me feel good. And anytime I get to see hundreds of coaches in one spot and just in a informal setting where we're just kind of hanging out, eating together. And just talking about wrestling, I learned so much during this week. I feel like it has a big part to do with some of my success that I have on the high school level as a coach, just because I get to pick so many guys' brains about what they're doing and clinicians and technique, and there's just there's so much for me personally to gain. And when all the kids come up and they say, "Thank you for such a great camp. This is the best camp I've ever been to." A lot of coaches saying we're going to come back next year. These are really good feeling inside. And this camp this year specifically, we had so many new teams that I've never had before. And a lot of teams in the Southeast Michigan area were still in school during the camp started. So I have a feeling when they get their schedule ironed out, it's going to make my camp grow even more. So I think the future is bright for my camp system. All the clinicians want to come back. So it just leaves me feeling really good about how things went and excited for the future.
How many teams in total were here?
Like 54 unique teams, you know.
Okay.
And obviously teams bring more than others, but
Yeah. And how many athletes? Just north of 700, right?
Yes, about 760.
Yeah, even with that said, I've heard several coaches comment about the ratio clinician to camper. So is that something that you when you set up the camp that you were trying to do, keep that number low?
It actually kind of changed. When you're a numbers guy, you're thinking about, I got to pay these clinicians this much money to make the business work, But clinicians just started asking me if they could work the camp because they enjoy it so much. So it really turned into something. I didn't purposely do it, but now it's become part of my camp where I have 36 clinicians for 375 kids, and so the ratio is awesome. Right? And there's 4 guys on a mat with 30 kids. And coaches love that. I love that, and it's just such a cool thing watching kids interact with the clinicians, making those relationships. Because I think I have somebody here for everybody. You have a kid that's an extrovert versus an introvert, or a rich kid versus a poor kid. It's just my clinicians have been through it all, and so have these kids. So it's kind of cool.
Not really any hiccups at all, right? Pretty smooth all the way through. No real injuries
really
or
smooth. Yeah,
anything like that.
Thank God for that. No bad things happened in St. Ignace, so yeah, I thank God.
You can take a deep breath now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to sleep really good tonight. Really
okay.
Good tonight.
Camp's done. Have you thought about next year already, or is that something you'll?
Nope. There's already coaches putting deposits down for next year, so that they can hold their spot because it does fill up fast. And there's talk of a third camp, but I don't know if that'll happen until I get commitment from enough coaches, which might happen. But right now, the fact that I can run 2 camps around 400 kids, and I have confidence that it's going to happen. I just want guys to get it in early. I always feel bad when it's like May and a coach asks if camp's there, and I have to say no because it's filled up. So definitely talk of next year already.
If you had to pick one highlight from the week, what was the highlight for you?
Easily, well, there's 2 highlights. One, our guest speaker, Justin Shane, SEAL Team 6 guy who came in as a local Northern Michigan guy and gave 2 different speeches. Well, 2 similar speeches, but I get goosebumps thinking about it. The kids gave him standing ovations. They learned a lot. Got to meet a really good guy, and we had in the second camp we had a wallet stolen, and it made the camp kind of turn upside down a little bit. It was like there's this negative feeling. The kids were going to have to get punished, and then a kid ended up raising the money that was in the wallet for the kid, and then the guy who got the money ended up donating it back to the kid. It was just a super cool negative experience turned into a positive, and everybody was talking about it. So just cool to see those things, kids being kids, and teams coming together. So a couple really cool things that I'll remember forever.
Awesome. Well, it's been a great week. I appreciate you having us up, and thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Grappler. Appreciate it.